Okay, let's get this channel back to basics of me being pretentious and responding to salt. Um, Woke up this morning to a lot of views and likes on the Ebonbane build video. It's like 400% over normal. Thanks for all the comments and constructive feedback. Like Mr. Josa. Thank you for the discussion, man. I like you. Some of you were less than constructively critical. Basically, the arguments boil down to this. It's not the Ebonbane. That's what everyone's saying. It's either the Enigma, it's that Strafe is really good, or you've pumped out a bunch of ED, which is essentially saying Strafe is good, or what? I hang on. What's the last one? Oh, or that the Atmas is doing a bunch of work. Okay, a few things here. First off, the weaken proc on the Ebonbane is what makes the build go. Like, seriously. Look at what weaken does, guys. It's 25% PDR at level 16. It's also a bunch to your attack rating because it's lowering the defense of the enemies. So when you look at this bow, you need to, because the weaken is always on everything with strafe, you need to look at it as having 25% PDR. So when I saw that, I said, oh man, I don't have to use a Vamp Gaze. I can use like a big skill helm or a 3-socket helm or something like that and Telestomp. So it's the combination of the two that functions. That's what makes the build work. It is actually the weaken proc. Otherwise, I tried this with an Eagle Horn here. I have a 6-socket, perfectly ruled Eagle Horn, no jewels in it, but I tried it with that and it doesn't work as well. You end up getting murked. I almost never die on summons on, and I finally got a decent number of deaths. 4 of them were testing out the Eagle Horn. So, no, and the rest of those deaths were bossing and leveling. I haven't actually died telestomping with the Ebonbane yet. So, the other thing you guys aren't considering is I also have the prettiest bow in the game. If you haven't noticed, that's actually a bound woman. Good job, Erilyn, on the artwork for this. It's absolutely phenomenal. I have the big, thick horsecock bow, porn star dick, and you guys are using the crafted Hydra bows, the little skinny cuck penis on the cameraman. I don't know where that analogy was going, but also it's not the ED. Again. The build doesn't work without the weaken proc, and it's not the FCR because I haven't actually even hit the 99 breakpoint yet. So think about what competitive also means to the community. I was asking around when I was talking shit about the Ebonbane being good and no one liked it. Everyone was pretty much set on, well, 6-minute juiced maps is what's competitive, and most of the time when people showcase like a poison necro, they're doing tier 1s because the loot's the same from tier 1 to tier 3. Well, I did a tier 3, 300% in 6 minutes, and this is the mid-tier version of this. Remember, I still have a breakpoint to hit and another 200 ED to pump out of this. So whether it's, or Canite standard, which was 8 minutes, fully geared, should be how maps work. Remember the devs also, I thought this was nothing to do with this, I just remembered this when I was thinking about Canite and his 8-minute comment. It's not Senpai nerfing the Sorks, guys. It's Canite. But either way, by community standards or the dev standards, yes, the Ebonbane is technically overpowered. It is the engine that makes the build work. Or maybe the Enigma's the engine, and the Ebonbane's the flush velour seats that make it feel nice, as opposed to the Eagle Horn, which gets you killed. So yeah, I think I've responded to everything. It's not the ED, it's not the Enigma, it's not the FCR, it's not the Atmas doing a bunch of work. I'll pull off the Atmas and run a map with it and show you that it's not that. The Atmas speeds it up, obviously, but it's not the engine for the build. So the Ebonbane is good, it has something with it, and I'm very, very sorry that everybody didn't think, hey, 25% free PDR is going to go really well with a teleport build. I'm reminded actually of Counter-Strike. I'm a big fan of Counter-Strike. The major's coming up for any of you fans out there. Phase up, go Kerrigan, old man out there. And that reminds me, Counter-Strike is a game with, 20 years of experience. Some of these players playing professionally. And every time there's a change to the game, whether it's Molotovs, or Stewie 2K years ago breaking the smoke meta, there's always some sort of uproar or salt about these very, very smart, very, very talented people not seeing how the meta can change because they're so stuck in their ways. And I think that's just a direct analogy to how this game is operating right now. There's a lot of smart people, a lot of good players who have a lot of bad takes. I heard it about Poison Strike when I said that that was going to work, and the UN clan actually helped me with that build and gave me the answer on how to make it work. And they weren't, they're a big leveling clan, but, I'm not trying to talk shit about the UN clan. They're very, very good players, but the point is only one subgroup of people thought that Poison Strike was going to work and be good, and, I popularized it, but at the same time, there was plenty of people who were naysayers about it. Whenever something new gets added to the game, you gotta test, you gotta think, you gotta build. And I know we're in the age of multi-shot revivals, where everyone's just dumping one thing makes the build go. It's enhanced damage. People are now dumping in the 400 into dex again. I told you guys, don't revert those dex changes. But, you can build things tanky and actually, come up with something new instead of just playing the same old build you've always played. Oh, and the last criticism this was a weird one. You haven't made a summons on because it's not safe. You always stressed safety with summons on, and now you're telestomping. Well, there's a Kaja stand in the background with increased fire damage, increased monster velocity, 160% density, and increased attack speed on the monsters. And you can see I'm still sort of telestomping around onto those towers, just giving no fucks. So that's all I've got. If anyone else has any other salt, though, you are free to say anything to me at your own risk. I just ask that you're not a complete little bitch and block me the second you send a message. See you guys later.